What is up, everyone? This is SwordKing090 and this is going to be episode 90 of the Operation Dome series. A series from our friends and I. We're going to encase the entire world in glass and glass panes. So yes, we got the ceiling, we got the walls here, and I got my little wolfie right here. He's going to be going along with the journey with me, and this is also going to be the pattern texture pack. It's actually pretty cool. I like how things look right now, and I love how the wolf looks right here with a little blush face and as well as a heart fur nose and the colorfulness of its fur. So you're going to go ahead and walk with me, and hopefully you don't die. If you die, I will cry, and that's not going to be good. So what this series is all about is that we're going to have to collect a lot of stuff. We have to collect the birch wood to make charcoal, use the charcoal on the furnaces. We got to collect some sand to make some glass, and then from the glass we get, of course, that we put onto the ceiling, and as well as the glass panes we put onto the wall. So we're going to need a lot. This world is the exact same sea number as Operation Bedrock, and with Operation Bedrock, 85% of the surface is already a good amount of sand, and that is what I used to actually use for, well, Operation Dome. And even if we're running out of sand on the surface, there's a lot of sand on the ocean floor, so we could actually collect that as well if we need to. And especially once we are actually mining up or digging up all the sand, there's going to be a lot of barren wasteland that we will happily replace with grass. All you see right here used to be all desert. Like this little spot, for instance, you can see the sandstone and the stone. I still got to cover that up, but I don't really have that much dirt blocks to actually use, so I'm gonna have to actually dig some more dirt blocks later on. But first, sand, and then we'll deal with the actual dirt to make some more spots here. We're gonna have to cover everything up and make everything green once more. As we see in the map, you see there's a lot of gray spots. That's where a lot of sand is that right now, and we're gonna have to turn all of that into green once more. Oh, look at that, there's a chicken. Chickadee chick, what's up? It reminds me of Easter. The whole pattern texture pack really reminds me of Easter when you think about it. Just look at how much colors there are. But in any case, the only thing that I don't like about it is that the sand and as well as the sandstone kind of look similar. A little bit, not so much, but just enough. It's not like the natural texture pack, if I'm not mistaken, that everything, like from the sandstone to the sand, they look exactly alike, so it's very, very hard to tell, but at least this one has a little bit of a difference now. Oh my god, I should have not done that. I really gotta stay away from the ocean. Okay, alright, and there we go. Oh, poor little Wolfie. Okay, Wolfie. Okay, you're good to go. Oh, okay, so apparently you don't need to shake off the water now. But we still got a lot of work to do, and it's gonna hit nighttime, which is gonna be bad on my end because I don't want my Wolfie to get attacked. It's bad enough to actually face the creepers every now and then, but then we have the skeletons, which they are OP. They shoot fast. They shoot unbelievably fast. I hate the fact that they buff up the skeletons. I liked it better when they were slow, because it was easy to kill them, but at the same time, it's like now they made it more of a challenge. It's so bad, guys. It's so bad. And this used to be a good old, like, non-wintry wonderland, but now it's just like everything's covered in snow. You can see where all the ice is forming. You can see there's a hole right there with all the sand dug out, but there's still a lot more sand underneath there. So if I really need to get more sand and we run that sand out on the surface, then going underwater will be fantastic, especially when we get ourselves Aqua Affinity and as well as Respiration 3, we'll be set to go. One of the things I really want to talk about is the fact of the matter is that not many neighbors are actually keeping track of their dogs, because I'm able to actually find dogs around the streets on more than one occasion. At least with the other neighbors, that their dog always escapes from their house, and it's gone to the point where the dog actually recognizes me, so whenever I step out, he will actually walk up to me and then I'll be able to pick him up. So it was that. At first, he was kind of timid and was actually kind of afraid of me that would actually run away from me, but now it's like, hey, I know who you are. Okay, then I'll just pick the dog up, and then later on I go ahead and go to the neighbors. Sometimes I wait a bit. I actually put the dog inside the house to see whether or not if the other family actually notices, but if there's like 30 minutes and no one actually comes by the house, then I'm like, okay, so I'm guessing they don't even realize that their dog is out. And truth of the matter is that they really don't. They don't actually notice that their dog is gone. Like, I would have to come over to their house and then knock on the door. It's like, dude, your dog went out. It's like, oh my god. And it just rinse and repeat at this point. I want to see when it will actually take them like enough time to realize that it gets out. There might be some reason why it gets out. So if you actually find why it gets out, then you could actually prevent, oh god, Wolfie, you teleported under the sand. Wow, that's a first. I never think that was gonna happen. Poor little Wolfie. Okay, alright, so let me go ahead and give you some pork chops. But I just want to know when will actually, like how many times will I actually have to rescue the dog, quote unquote, for them to actually do something about it. And another time when there were two chihuahuas that actually escaped from a neighbor's house. Apparently they were actually doing some either building or something along the matters of that, and the two chihuahuas actually got out. One of them was actually pretty aggressive, sadly, but that's kind of funny. Well, they were actually friendly. I was able to walk up to them. They actually walked up to me, and then when I actually tried to pick the male one up, that's when he actually started panicking. That's when he actually started trying to bite my hand. Like seriously, it did not like to be picked up. But I had no other choice in the matter because it still belonged to the neighbors. It was a different neighbor at that point too. So it was just screaming. It was trying to bite my hand, and then the female, of course, would have to be a female because you have to have a female companion with a male, I guess. They both belong to the same people, so I want to know whether or not if they're actually making or having them make puppies or whatnot. But in any case, is that I tried to pick them both up, but the male one was actually more of a hassle because it would try to bite my hand and all that stuff. So I actually had to grab it by the scruff of his neck to actually calm it down because it would still try to actually wrinkle out of my hands, even though it's a good, I would say, 3 feet off the ground. 3 feet? No. I would say 5 feet. I actually had to hold it up so that it would not actually run away. So I had to grab it by the scruff of the neck and as well as carry it with the other arm while its nails were actually digging into my skin. From every second, I had to walk a good 2 blocks over. But at least the female chihuahua actually just ran alongside with me and started barking at me. Because I'm guessing that it's trying to defend its, well, husband, I guess. I don't know. It was female, alpha male, I guess, with that mentality. So it was trying to defend its alpha male, but yet it was failing at doing so. It was not nipping at me. All it was is just walking alongside of me and just keeps on barking from every step that we do. And then, of course, I was able to return the alpha male back to the owners, and then the kids from the actual neighborhood actually had to go get the female and bring it back to them. So that was another ordeal, and what recently happened is that 2 pit bulls got out. Hooray! 2 pit bulls, and this was a male and female as well. And the kids from the neighborhood actually saw the pit bulls and actually knocked on my door because they knew how I would actually go after the dogs, especially when I'm not afraid of the dogs. Well, they are, because it's understandable. They are kids and they don't want to go face up against a pit bull. And the male pit bull was a white pit bull, and as well as that, it was pretty aggressive. Not so aggressive in the terms of if it wants to bite your hand off, but it's the type of pit bull that, or dog in itself, because I'm kind of giving a pit bull a bad name if I were to say that. I apologize for that. Not all pit bulls are bad, but this one was mainly just bark first, ask questions later. That was the mentality of the white pit bull. And then we had the female pit bull, which was actually a black pit bull. So it's kind of funny how that works. Even dogs don't even care by the color of the fur, I guess. So that's a good lesson for all the other people out there. But in any case, just let's not get to that subject right now. So the female pit bull, which is the black pit bull, she was actually really friendly. That it turns out that it was a broken fence, that it was able to actually squeeze on through the fence and was able to escape. Both dogs, but apparently both dogs are actually smart enough to actually get back into their yard, so at least we don't have to worry about that. But as I actually walked up, of course, the male pit bull was actually just barking its head off, just trying to fend me off, which at that point too is like, dang, I did not know what I was doing at this point. I was kind of actually a little bit intimidated because, again, it's a pit bull. You don't want to mess with a pit bull. You hear stories all the time from a pit bull more than any other dog as far as I know. The first thing you look up, you'll find that it's a pit bull that did it. It's kind of bad, but still, not all pit bulls are bad. I've actually met very great friendly pit bulls, so just don't have that type of stereotype mentality. It's just, with the stories out there, it's not helping its case. But in any case, that the white pit bull, the male pit bull, actually tries to just fend me off, while the black pit bull or the female pit bull actually ran out of the fence and actually started playing with me. It just keeps on jumping and all that stuff. It wanted to be petted, it wanted to have all the attention. I was able to actually notify the owner saying that their fence broke, that the dog got out, and I was able to help them like board it up a little bit, not too much. They're gonna be waiting for the husband to come home, or the father, just whatever you want to call him, that he'll come by, and then yeah, he'll be able to actually fix up the fence. Hopefully they don't get out again, because it's kind of bad if you see like 2 pit bulls running around and you don't know who they belong to and you're not too sure how they are. But the mother actually notified me and told me that they're actually very playful, they're actually friendly. It's like, yeah, I know, but the male one barks first and asks questions later, and she's like, yeah, that's how he is. But as far as I know, it looks like I'm the type of person who actually rescue animals across the streets, because I've seen so many of them, especially when I've actually met another pit bull that was actually very, very intelligent. Like, this one will actually walk alongside with me, and if I go too far, or if she stays behind and she sees that I'm still going, that she'll actually catch up to me. I don't know who she still belongs to, because apparently the owner actually picked him back up again after I had to leave him outside. So there was that ordeal. It was very, very intelligent. I'm not gonna lie to you, that was a very smart pit bull. It was able to actually stay alongside with me even though I'm not the owner. I'm absolutely not the owner, but she'll still walk on the side of me and just be there. She's like literally right there. You don't even need to walk her on a leash. But that's because I actually walked in the neighborhood. I don't know how she would outside the neighborhood, but I'm just gonna leave it at that. In the neighborhood, while walking from block to block, trying to see whether or not if any of the lights are on or if any of a fence is broken or something like that, I couldn't even find anyone. Go get him, Wolfie. Get him, Wolfie. Get him. Get him. No? Okay then. Well then. Die. Go away. Are you gonna get him? Get him, Wolfie. Get him, Wolfie. Get him, Wolfie. Get him. Get him. Oh. Ah, well, that's fine. At least you tried, right? At least I actually was able to... Oh, you got hurt. Okay. Now I feel bad. You still tried though. But yeah, so many dogs just roaming around the streets. I'll be able to pick them up. And there was also another instance that well, this dog was actually pretty smart. It was small, but it was able to actually squeeze through a fence to actually get out on more than one occasion. It was feeling homesick, or it was actually having that little separation anxiety. So that's why I kept escaping, because the owners were not home. And what I had to do was that I actually had to board up. I literally walked into their backyard because the gate was that broken. I opened up the gate, walked right through, and I boarded up the gate on the other side, and I had to hop the wall. And here's the thing, that apparently one of the cinder blocks was not actually secured on right, or was not even put on right, because it actually fell and hit the side of my arm. I had a bruise, but at least it didn't hit my head. That was actually pretty good, because it was actually a good, I would say, I'm trying to remember. I'm thinking it was nearly half a foot away from actually hitting my head, but instead it hit my arm and it hit the ground. It didn't even break, but still it's like, yep, that was an ordeal. I actually had a bruise on my arm for quite a while, and it actually got out a second time, which I actually had to boarded up even better, and it was not able to escape. And as I was walking out, it was kind of like ironic, coincidental type of deal, but as I was walking away from their drive-thru, they actually came back home, and they were kind of hesitant to actually walk out of the car because a random stranger just walked out of the drive-thru for whatever reason. And they actually got out of the car, and I explained to them that your dog got out and I actually had to board up the backyard. They walked over there and they saw that I boarded it up, and then I showed them my arm saying that the cinder block actually fell on me. And the first thing that they asked was, did it bite you? I told them, yeah, it bit me. It actually bit me. Because I actually had a band-aid on my thumb and my finger because it actually bit me, because apparently it did not like to get picked up as well. So yeah, they knew that they couldn't really do anything about me, because if I were to say something about their dog, oh wow, 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 I have never seen that before. No, I have never seen that before. I have never seen a zombie actually attack a wolf like that. Was it because it actually had something in its arm? That was a first. All the other times, even in the last episode, that when a zombie was attacking me, that it was actually attacking me and not the wolf. Oh god. Oh snap, oh snap, oh snap. Oh, no, no, bad. Get away. No, not the wolfie, not the wolfie. Protect the wolfie, protect the wolfie. Heal, 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 heal. Okay, I think I healed you. Okay, you're in love mode now. Okay, okay, I'll get away. Get away. Okay, see, look at that. That zombie did not even go after the wolf after it attacked it. Yeah, the wolf attacked the zombie. That was a first. Okay, good to know. Note to self that if a zombie is armed, then it will attack a wolf. If it's not armed, then it will stay focused on Steve, or the human, or whatever you want to call him. Good to know. Thank you for defending me, Wolfie. Here you go. Oh yeah, because of all the different wolves, all that 130 wolves are in that pen right there. So there's no way I could actually breed wolves anymore. But that's just cool. Just look at all the hearts right there. So back to what I was saying, that the owners knew for a fact that I could have reported the bite from the dog, so they just didn't really go around saying anything else about it. They know for a fact that the dog will escape, and it actually did escape another time, which that I actually had to go back and return the dog, but at least they actually came out and looked for the dog again and said, have you seen this dog? It's like, yeah, it's right in his house. So there was that. But it's kind of funny, honestly. It's kind of funny now that the kids in the neighborhood actually go to me to actually help them with the dog problem if they find out that a dog has been loose. And apparently a lot of dogs has been going around loosely around the neighborhood lately. So yeah, maybe I could actually become a dog catcher. At least a good dog catcher that doesn't take the dogs to the pound, but in the sense that if someone calls me saying that a dog is missing, I'll go look for the dog, and when I capture the dog, then I return the dog and then get some compensation out of that, then we're good to go. Like probably pay for the gas or something along the matters. Just a cheap little rate. Not so much that you would have to like spend $50 at a pound just to get your dog back type of deal, but mainly it's just this is this and this. So yeah, that could be a deal. I could be a dog catcher. A good one at that one. But yeah, so many dogs, so little time. Just as more dogs are getting, well, putting into the houses of owners, they got to be careful with their dogs. If you have any other stories that you would like to tell me in the comment section below about a dog escaping from their neighborhood house, let me know in the comment section below. How did that go? What did you do? What have you witnessed? And things like that. Just, it's always good to tell a good dog runaway story from time to time, because usually sometimes it has a happy ending. Oh, look at that, there's a skeleton. Oh, I see. Oh, snap. Yeah, you're smart. You're smart. Now you're gonna die. Whew, one hit kill. But this is what it is. This is what Operation Dome is all about. Just me digging up sand, getting some charcoal, and as well as that, making glass and putting glass onto the ceiling. We still got a lot of work to do, and we still got a lot of stuff to do. A lot of work, a lot of stuff, everything that matters of that. Once this is all done, then I'll put it up for download, and then you can live in a world that is in a dome. Not really a spherical dome, but it's a cube dome. I really don't want to make a mistake when it actually comes to actually making a sphere, but if you want to fix it, then be my guest. All you need to do is get yourself some Silk Touch pickaxes and just chip away at the blocks, and let's see if you're going to be able to actually make a good sized glass dome. It's possible, but I just don't have the patience for it. You're just going to have to go to the direct center and see how well that goes. I think 0, 0, yeah, I think we do have a 0, 0. Then you're going to have to make yourself a 9 by or 3 by 3 in the very, very center at the very, very top. And then just expand it little by little as you're going down. So that would be an ordeal for you to go through. I just don't want to do this myself. If I would have to do it, it would have to be something different. It is possible. I could possibly do it, but this is where the survival aspect comes in, where it's all going to be done in survival and not creative. Because my belief is that if you do it in creative, then anyone could do it. That's just how it goes. You may not be able to do it as well, but anyone could actually do it. And one of the most important things is that we should not miss a single block, because every single block is gonna count. That is just the more annoying aspect of this whole series. Just, we cannot skip a single sand block, and we have to use every little block that we can. Very, very important. That the glass panes will be the easiest thing to make, but for the actual ceiling, every glass block will count. It would have been less if we actually stuck by with the whole 128 y-axis, but when they expanded it to 256 like how the PC was, or yeah, the limit, even though it could actually go higher than that in the PC, but that was when what it was back then. In any case, that now it is at 256, so yeah, just a lot more blocks to actually do. Actually, no, relatively it's not even that much. It's just the glass pane wall is actually more now. So I take that back. So it doesn't even matter if we went to 256. It's just a wall in itself. That's where the more blocks come in. So it's not that big of a difference, especially when you get like 16 glass panes out of every 6 glass blocks. Not that too big of a difference. Okay, alright, so I'm just gonna have to end off the video here. So if you enjoyed my stories, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like. If you're brand new to the channel, please subscribe because I upload videos every single day except for Sundays because that's gonna be my day of rest. All my social media is down in the description below, so if you'd like to contact me, that is one way to do so. We just got a lot of work, a lot of birch trees, a lot of furnaces, and hopefully, just hopefully, we'll be able to be done with this series soon. Not serious, but series soon. So that is it for now. So go ahead and let's sit. Oh wait, you can't sit. Okay, there you go. So yeah. Have a great day, everyone. I'm SirKing090, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.